Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Chelsea. I mean, shit. We can talk for hours about you guys. Here with the transfer ban, but you guys still managed to make some moves. You brought in Kovacic. You got in Pulisic from last season, from the previous window. But you're loaning players out and you're selling defenders. What's behind that?
First, David Luiz wanted to leave, so that was
that kind of caught me off guard.
Okay,
That
and
caught me
then
off
the other player to go, sorry, fucking,
Drink water.
Who?
Drink water.
Nah, drink water still.
No, he left. He's alone.
Drink water. No, take time.
He's been on loan today.
Oh, today?
Okay, so what do you mean?
So, I mean, you guys are here with the transfer ban, but you're letting players go.
But it's Cahill and David Luiz. Cahill, we already expected him to leave. He was getting retired anyways, right?
I already know that.
Yeah, David Luiz, he wanted to leave. Who knows what the situation is there? And he went to Arsenal. Big whoop.
Listen, I think the David Luiz thing, something was happening behind scenes that we don't know
Yeah.
about.
Well, I have a little insight on, not insight, but I have a little. I think I read about that. I think might have related to that move.
Right.
But that I'll tell you.
I think I don't know. I haven't read much about it, but I think that maybe there was a conversation with Lampard, like, hey, like, what are your thoughts of me? Like, do you plan on playing me?
Yeah.
Listen, David Luiz 2 years ago did not even go on the field.
Yeah.
When Conte was there, didn't touch the field at all. So he came, he like kind of revived his career. He didn't leave the field. He was on the field every single time. So I think he was doubting himself, like, Lampard, what do you think? And Lampard was like, listen, you're not my first option. I think that something like that happened. He's like, listen, I don't think he wanted to leave London.
Yeah,
You know?
he was like, yeah, I gotta go. We saw Zuma coming up. He's been playing Christensen a lot this preseason.
Yeah.
And then Rudiger, we already know once he's good to go, he's gonna
Ain't
be a
nobody
starter.
taking his spot.
Yeah. So David Luiz was, he's not gonna sit on the bench for another season. He might as well go somewhere where he's gonna play.
Wait, my question for you. You got Rudiger, who just got injured a couple of weeks ago, right before the end of the
He's
season.
almost coming back.
Loftus-Cheek is out.
Yeah, but I'm saying center backs. Who you got?
Christensen and Zuma. As of right now.
Zuma's coming from a major injury too.
And he's injury prone.
Yeah. Nah,
He's injury prone.
he just played a whole season with Everton. Like, he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, but I mean
No,
that's a crap team. So it's like
Still, but that's playing in the league against the same competition and his experience.
that's what I'm saying. He couldn't keep the goals out.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. Now
not gonna
he's
keep
playing
them
with a
out
different
Chelsea
coach.
either. So backups to those two. Who are they?
So we have another young player, is Ampadu. Listen, I think that if you ask him, oh, he went along.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that we don't have depth there. You know, I think one injury can screw us, 100%.
But that's kind of why I went to the David Luiz situation. Like, wouldn't you have fought to keep him? He had, granted, yeah, he's not good.
Something happened behind
Yeah.
the scenes. Like, we
And
don't know.
Aspie could always go back to the center back.
Yeah.
If he plays on the right, Aspie goes to the left back. We still have Zappacosta and we still have Marco Alonso. That's if Emerson started.
Doesn't Marco Alonso play in the center back too? Or sometimes you guys play three back, so.
Yeah, sometimes we play three, but that was 2 coaches ago. So.
Well, this is a good segue to bring up the Frank Lampard thing
Two coaches ago was
because
with Lamps though, wasn't it?
no.
Lamps already left?
Yeah. So, but
Yeah, I know.
bringing it back to Lampard, did he bite off more than he can chew by going to Chelsea this quick?
All right, listen. My opinion on this, I don't know what Josh's opinion is, but is he ready? I don't think so. Let's be honest here. He had one season, as a coach. Like, I don't care how good of a player you were. Coaching is a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, most good players don't become good coaches. You can name Henry, Maradona. They never try to coach. There's not many good players. I think the only one that that was a phenomenal player, that's a phenomenal coach, that actually changed my mind completely. We can talk about that later, but it's Zizou.
Oh.
But listen, after what I saw last week, I'm just gonna say no.
No, that's preseason, bro.
Yeah, but I saw some behind the scenes stuff that I'm not gonna.
Oh, but you were at the game. That's different.
Like I said, I saw some behind the scenes
Wow.
stuff.
We'll
That,
talk
later.
off camera. We'll talk
yeah,
off
off
camera.
Off camera.
But is Lampard ready? Probably not. But I think that one, Chelsea's situation is pretty tough. So who else could we have gotten? Like we kind of didn't have many options. It's not like
the market wasn't open for a coach like that.
we have Benitez. We had Benitez. Maybe.
Didn't Juve just lose a coach? Didn't Juve lose a
Yeah,
coach?
we had but like, who wants to come to a team
That's what I'm saying,
in
like-
that situation?
When I saw that happen, I was like, all right, Chelsea needs somebody to come in that the fans aren't going to turn their backs on.
That's exactly what happened.
That's what exactly.
And Lampard, as fans of Chelsea, to see Lampard come in, it's exciting. We're excited for the season to go on, but at the same time, Chelsea has the rep of turning their backs on their coach. With Lampard, if it doesn't go as well, I think they'll cut him a little bit of a break. They'll let him go on for a little bit longer, and maybe they'll give him the other season, knowing that we had a transfer ban this time around.
Is it becoming a thing of the EPL? I mean, we're seeing, sorry, not Arsenal, with Manchester United. With Ollie, putting in Ollie because, they wouldn't turn his back on him because he won the Champions League, and now they're doing it for Lampard. Is it just a patch that the management is doing just to cover them financially and with bans? I mean, basically, it seems like they're setting Lampard up to fail, if that's all he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I think Eddie hit it now. Like I think you hit it. Like it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
who.
A scapegoat you won't hate.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I think that. Listen, you can't turn your back on Lampard after he's a club legend. He's just a club legend. So the fans are gonna have a little bit more patience with Lampard. Also, our expectations are not the greatest. You know what I mean? Like we know that Man City is ahead of us. We know that Liverpool is ahead of us. Now with Arsenal having an insane transfer window, Spurs having an insane transfer window with a very good coach, we know that we're just probably gonna fight for top 6. So if Lampard goes there and gets us top 6, maybe we're happy.
What I can see happening is sort of going the Benitez way at Newcastle, where the fans turned on the management completely. And Benitez is loved by the fans, and Lampard will continue to be loved by the fans, but the management or the ownership is just going to be...
Kind of like at West Ham a few years ago when all the...
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that could
happen
happen.
at Newcastle. Hopefully it doesn't happen at Chelsea, but I mean, if it goes south...
But it kind of going back to what you guys are saying, and kind of feeding off what you're saying as well, is about what coaches are available or the players won't turn to the coach. Didn't Chelsea kind of do this to themselves by falling into that rhythm of hiring, firing?
It's been the culture at Chelsea. It's been the culture,
I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to happen to all teams, though. I think all Premier teams are going to fall in that pattern.
Yeah, I think it's becoming a soccer. Not only Chelsea had that culture, but it's becoming like everywhere.
It's becoming the norm.
Yeah, that's kind of norm in other
Fergie
sports
and
as
Arsenal
well.
were the last one.
The last of their kind, yeah.
So, after this, it's just like every 3 years, and then somebody will come in.
That's
It sucks.
That's scary, man. That is scary. All right. Thank you, guys. We're going to get back to you guys as well because we also have a lot of things to talk about. Spurs. Sorry. So, again.
Oh, you're laughing too hard.
So, again, Los Celsos, Señor and Dombele. Fucking major signings for a team that didn't bring anybody in last time.
You went over 500 days without signing anybody, and you signed like 4 times the amount in one window.
500
Bro.
days summer, bro.
Now, again, these are major signings, and granted, it's their first season in. You guys still want to, kind of put them into the team, find yourselves. Is this the team that's going to bring Spurs a major trophy that they so desperately need? Unless you guys are happy with that. What's international? Hey, what a big trophy! Yeah!
That is a good card, bro. Nah, the only thing I'm really gonna comment on is Lo Celso, and just honestly, just watching him over Copa Americas. That's not somebody I would really depend
He's a
on.
little bit doubtful.
Yeah, he's just like really sloppy player. I
Wait,
think.
he's young though, isn't he? He's a young, promising defender.
No, he's a
Midfielder.
attacker.
Early 20s.
He's in his 20s?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Danny. Like, I saw him I agree with Danny. I saw him in Copa America, and I just wasn't impressed as to why Spurs were after him. I could
coach?
see.
It's Argentina.
Yeah, for real.
What do you mean? No, okay, player and coach connection, fine, because they're both from Argentina, but to fit in the squad, I'm not, and to replace Eriksen if he were to leave, I don't know.
That's not what you want.
Like, to replace Eriksen is definitely something big because that's a
I
big
I
role.
don't see anybody replacing Harrison.
I do.
But
I
you
do want to
still
add.
the same thing when Dembele left.
Yeah.
Dembele, no, but Dembele was more of a holding midfielder.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
I
they
thought
bought
they
the
also
other
replaced
in
Dembele.
Ndombele though. In
But Ndombele is more. I feel like more of a box to box.
He is a box to box, almost like
Dribble at the
Sissoko,
face,
but
yeah.
he's Ndombele is more on the attack than Sissoko. That's how I feel because in his first appearance he gave an assist to Lucas Moura in the Madrid game. Was it the Madrid game? Yeah, the Madrid game. The Madrid game. Okay. But Sessegnon, 19 years old. To be honest,
Amazing. That was an amazing signing.
Yeah,
it is an
great
amazing signing, but I don't know if he's gonna start over the other midfielder, outside midfielders.
But you know what?
He's a
Having
right
that-
back though.
But no, even that, having Sessegnon and having the coach to kind of build him up to the player he could be, I think Pochettino's the perfect guy to have.
Well, of course. I mean,
Look what he did with nothing. No offense, not nothing, but like without bringing anybody in. You got the Champions League final. Now you're getting a great. He's already good. A solid right back.
No, Sissignon is left back.
He's
He's
on the
he's
left
coming
side.
in to cover
He's
for
like a left
Rose.
midfielder.
The
He's
left.
like a left
likely.
midfielder, but he could play in those positions.
Okay, but he's young, regardless of that. He's good. He made a name for himself already.
That's why I feel like Pochettino and Tottenham, they went after players who could play in multiple positions because if you look at this past season, we had players who got injured. Dele Alli,
Yeah.
Kane, Eriksson, all those players were injured and it was so hard to fill them in, especially with Dyer. He was not a good replacement. Winks, he got injured too, and when he came back, he was not a good replacement. The only player that was acceptable was Sissoko, but we can't just depend on him. We need more players.
Do you guys think it was you guys missed out on Dybala?
Definitely.
Yeah, but his wages were just way too high. Like,
So that's
I
why-
mean,
why
you
can't
guys,
they go
you guys accepted. It was Juventus who.
No, Dybala said no. Dybala said no. Juventus and them
Yeah.
agreed. Dybala he didn't want to go.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then Dybala didn't want to go because he wasn't met with his wages. And when Juventus found out they're not able to sign Icardi or like as of right now, they're like, okay, screw that, we're gonna keep Dybala because we
Well,
have a backup for Ronaldo.
Icardi's still on the table because of Lukaku.
Look at that.
That is true.
He's definitely leaving Inter, I know that, but that's
I'm not
changing
sure.
the subject with him.
Yeah, that's a whole
But
other.
out of those three signings, well, four, there's that one kid.
Yeah.
The best signing I think would be Ndombele to help out in the midfield, on the attack and in the defense.
He's class, man. He's
Yeah,
class.
he's
So hold on,
slates.
so is he a left back or right back?
I've seen him play as a left back.
Who's this?
Sessegnon.
Is it
I seen him
Yeah.
play on the left side only.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like you guys lost
Rose.
you know,
Kieran's right back.
Trippier.
But
Trippier
Kyle,
is right back.
but Kyle Walker
That's what I'm saying. You
Peters.
lost Trippier. Who's gonna be
Kyle Walker Peters.
really?
I have.
You're like, shit, I thought Chelsea was back.
Okay, young guy.
He's good.
Prior to
No,
saying
No, he's
fine.
decent. He's not Kieran.
his
Most
first
nonchalant burn
game in
ever.
the EPL
Really?
last season. I have full confidence in Kyle Walker Peters because in one game, I think it was his first starting, he got 3 assists.
I remember that.
So-
No, but like, is he consistent?
Was that also
find
now?
out.
We'll
We'll find
We're
out.
gonna find out this season.
We're gonna get our predictions in overtime, so make sure you guys stick around for that,
Done.
and we'll try to get a game out of that as well. One more question for you guys. So, given the fact that Pochettino was given no help from the board last season, without getting any transfers, it looks like he got what he wanted this season. What's an acceptable outcome for Spurs if Poch were to stick around?
In the Premier League, I say top 4.
So still top 4.
Yeah, top 4.
It's not like Arsenal.
I'm looking for top 2.
Yeah.
I'm looking for top 2 because even if he didn't make any signings,
Well, like, wait, what? Nah, I respect, man.
I'm looking for top 2.
I'm going for the title.
They came close to winning the title over Leicester.
Damn, yo, you left him hanging, bro.
It's already gaping, bro.
That's how Arsenal is.
I'm looking for top 2 because last season they didn't make any signings and they made it all the way to Champions League final. They, great game, great what was it? Aggregate between Man City and Ajax, and they came from behind in those two fixtures to make it to the Champions League final. I was happy that they made it to the final, but now I want them to see in top 2 of the Premier League.